This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Ọmọ Chibuda, ayọ̀ ló ń sanwó ẹ̀. Pàtì rí gangan. Ọmọ Chibuda. Olúwa bá ṣe kọ́ni hallelujah. Kíwá. Bóyá kọ́ni hallelujah. Kíwá mo bá lọ. Oya kí wá ẹ wá wò ó. Ọkọ yìí dà mọ́lá o. Abatẹ́ni ọlá ẹ wá wò ó. Ó já sọpẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ ibi ọ̀tá fojú sí. Wálé àwọn ní ìbánjọ. Ìwà ọlọ́lá tí mo máa lò ní ìyọ̀mọ̀lá mi. Ọkọ yìí dà mọ́lá mo máa lò dé. Happy wedding anniversary. Oyiwo, wo. Ẹ̀wà mo máa ń wo ìwà kìlọ̀ wí náà. Ìwà ẹ̀wà wò ó, ìjà sọ́kẹ́. Ìwà ọ̀la ti púpọ̀. Oníkẹ́ wà ń wò ó. Ibi ọ̀tá fojú sí. Yes. Nítorí oyin ní orúkọ Jésù oyin ní oyin dàpọ̀ lásán sọ pé oyin ní orúkọ Jésù oyin ní o. Ó wọnú ayé mi kò tún sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀kún mọ́. Ó wọnú ayé mi kò tún sọ̀rọ̀ ìbànújẹ́ o. Oyin ní orúkọ Jésù o. Ìwà náà ládi púpọ̀ ọmọ rògùn lànà. Oyin ní ọba máyégún gbogbo akílẹ̀ jẹ́bú. Yé oyin dàpọ̀ láwọn. Ọ̀nà ayé mi kò tún sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́. Ọ̀nà ayé mi kò tún sọ̀rọ̀ ìbànújẹ́. Oyin ní orúkọ Jésù. Ó yá oyin ní. Oyin Èdùmàrè fún mi ní bọ̀dí. Èdùmàrè fún mi ní bọ̀dí òkú. Ìwà orí ló ní ṣe. Ẹ̀dá orí ló ní ṣe. Ọkọ yìí dàmọ́lá. Owó bàbá tẹ́lẹ̀ ọlá sọ wípé. Bàbá èyí mo fẹ́ o. Bàbá tèmi sọ́lá mo bá lọ. Ọkọ yín dàmọ́lá. Orí ló ní ṣe. Kíwá. Kíwá at 50. Ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ á ṣe 100 o. Nínú owó ńlá àtọ̀rọ̀. Nínú owó pẹ̀lú àlàáfíà. From my spirit to my soul, until my voice re-echoes, you worry of my worship, worry from orí ìyá mi o. Ìwà wọn fẹ́ kó bọ́ láàmì o. A máa jẹ kọjá mi o. Oyin dàbọ̀ ńlá kò kọ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Àlọ́wọ́ sẹ́nu ní mọ́tò o. Máa ṣẹ́gun oṣù, máa ṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá. Ìwà wá ṣàkóló ní mọ́tà. Oyin kọ́lé, àkọ́lé. Tẹ́ni ọlá. Àlọ́wọ́ sẹ́nu ní mọ́tò. Ọ̀nà rẹ̀ máa ṣẹ́gun oṣù, máa ṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá. Wá ṣàkóló ní mọ́tà. Mary, blessed if you don't the perform. Say my belly, you don't the come. I let a mass way at all. Come out for giving me the answer. Blessed if you don't the perform. Don't forget the time with me and my friends. Look at she's the only way down now. All on Jash go there. I feel like it's out there. And it's over the Kuro. I could look at you. So I see you. Papa me from Mugolo. I go jump with your college. I want to bet that to bet that and let down. She too only happy. Okay, one back come on. You are my magic conjam. Yeah, I'm calling. Oh, baby, oh, my ego. Yes, you were on this. Oh, Puri, she want you. You are my calling. I'm calling.
Changing the nail game and winning at it. Gel polish used to mean damage, acetone, scraping, and hours.
Ọkùnrin aṣíwájú mo kí ẹ̀ òun lọ ṣe. Ẹ kì í ṣe èṣìtú ìdáwó wá ní. Ọmọ ọláyé pé èṣìtú ló ń náwó. Èṣìtú ọmọ ọláyé pé bá ló ń náwó. Àwọn tí kí wá bọ̀ bọ̀. Èṣìtú o. Ẹ kì í èṣìtú o. Kí wá tiẹ̀ yàtọ̀. Aṣíwájú kò ní ìwà ìpọ́nrí ajá. Ṣẹ̀rí bó ń tọ̀ra ẹ̀ ìwà ìhùjàyè. Ìwà jẹ́ orí ẹni ìwà ìhùjàyè. Ìwà jẹ́ orí ẹni ìwà ìhùjàyè. Ọkọ yìí jẹun sókè ṣé wà náà.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ola, coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. I hope you guys are doing well. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today, of course. Welcome. Sorry. I know I became a little bit earlier today than I thought, but since I have free time, I said, let's just knock it out. Let me come to the chats. Gracious Greatness, good to see you, my brother. Toby and Tribe, good to see you. Talon She Party, Ooni. We like to make it fun here. Now also, Marriott, good to see you. Natu, good to see you. Misty, good to see you. Sparkleberry, good to see you guys. All right, so help me hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We have a good show lined up. All right, we have a good show lined up. What I try to do is try to continue to have these conversations around marriage, dating, relationships, talking stage. But people are too serious these days, if you know what I mean. So I want us to have fun talking about this stuff, extracting the lessons, getting good insights, getting the wisdom that we need to navigate life and love. That's what we do here. We extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics, and we tackle them from a standpoint of not pointing fingers, that toxic stuff. We don't do that toxic stuff. We do self-accountability, self-reflection, power dynamics, understanding how the inevitable power dynamics work, social intelligence, seduction and attraction, because influence is key in all of this. If you want to do this where you are happy, but more importantly, people are happy to do life, to collaborate with you in creating good experiences out of life, of course, and of course, emotional intelligence. That's what we try to do here. So I want to continue to bring this content, but in a fun way, okay? Everybody's just too serious. I was just talking to one of my clients, and she was talking about how one of the pastors always talk about dutiful sex. Dutiful sex. Who wants to have such sex? Jesus Christ. Dutiful sex, bitibawo. I get it. Some people need to know that it's, some level, they are responsible for their partner, but still, nonetheless, I don't want people to feel entitled to each other's bodies. I want them to attract each other. I want them to have the ability to use influence to create attraction almost out of thin air, seemingly, because the rest of the losers in the world will continue to wonder, how come? Irony Jari, exactly. But anyway, there's definitely a way to do that here. All right. So, and that's what we want to be covering from time to time. We want to be covering that kind of stuff from time to time, but I want to do it in a fun way. So anytime I show up, okay, I want you to know that, yes, we will rub minds together. We will gain additional knowledge and wisdom, but I want you to know that you will have fun. So that was my shalaye on why we're doing party. Toby, that was my shalaye real quick. So do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We're just gonna jump right into some of the stories that's been going on around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, let's talk about Nicole Kidman. Wasn't Nicole Kidman married to Tom Cruise at one point? You guys know what this is? Yeah, I think she was. I'm not recalling, but I'm looking at, I'm just going to read it together with you guys. I'm looking at another unfortunate news when it comes to marriage. Honestly, you guys should probably pay attention. I don't know where this marriage thing is going. It might be some kind of technology that's becoming more and more obsolete, but it is not you and I's problem. You and I, me and you, we have the truth is that we have sentiments attached to marriage. Marriage is a good institution. It helps us contain the very fiery energy around knacking, so we can contain ourselves, because we are mad people. But as this thing is going right now, people, their head is not correct. Everybody's just scattering everything, and it's not just Oyibo people like the one we're looking at. It's everywhere. The problem is everywhere. Although we've seen some decline in divorce rates, but you need to look at that number closely. You know, there's something going on there. I think a lot of people are not getting married anymore too, you know. So, but let me look at this report. It's on people.com. It says Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, they're done. The longtime couple married in June 2006, about 19 years ago. They shared daughters, Sunday 17 and Faith 14. Nicole Kidman, they have separated, and Keith Urban have separated. People confirms. The Oscar-winning actress, 58 years old, and the country singer, 57, have split. And a source tells people exclusively Nicole's sister, Antonia, has been a rock, and the entire Kidman family has come together to support one another. And of course, she didn't want this. Nobody wants divorce, right? As the source, she has been fighting to save the marriage. TMZ was first to report news on the breakup, citing sources who said the pair have been living apart since the beginning of this summer. The longtime couple married in June 2006 and shared daughters Sunday Rose, 17, and Faith Margaret, 14. Kidman was previously married to Tom Cruise. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. On June 25, Kidman shared a photo of herself cuddled up to Urban on Instagram to commemorate their wedding anniversary. That was just yesterday. Oh, okay. June 25. Happy anniversary, baby. Kidman, who recently wrapped filming Practical Magic 2 in London, shared summer memories on Instagram August 19th, showing time spent with her daughters and extended family. Urban has been on tour, with his next stop scheduled for... Okay, I think Keith Urban, yeah, is a musician of some sort. Yeah. All right, so it's over. All right. So the issue is everywhere. The divorce thing is everywhere. It just might be, you know, nothing lasts forever. I always say that. There's some things that are timeless. There are some concepts of life that are timeless. You know? Gracious Greatnesses, they even did explicit movie together. Them call them Eyes Wide Shut. I think I've seen that somewhere. I don't watch movies, so... but I've seen that name somewhere. I know why I don't know this. Let me see here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold tight. All right. Just don't worry about it. All right. So again, like I was saying, I think this technology, I don't know what you want to call it. I've seen people say it that way. People are even asking crazy questions. They're asking questions around, do we even need it anymore? Do people need to, you know, you see all kind of talking points on every social media platform with regards to is marriage going away, you know? But when people ask that question, I have a very simple answer. You know, it's a rhetorical question, maybe even a condescending question, honestly. I say it's nothing going away. Right? So it's a question, you know, that, you know, I think they should go hand in hand. It's knocking going away. If knocking is not going away, then we need to think really, really deeply about that. There's a lot of people, like I'll give you an example. The other day, there was a debate that was going on, and somebody was like, what is better? Somebody was, what is better? A good man, sorry, not good man. I think the question, let me see, I think I wrote it down somewhere here. The question is like, let me see, I wrote it down, right? I think I did. Let me see. Where's the question? Oh, I have it somewhere. I know I have it somewhere. Where is it? I can't find it. Something about what's better. Is it a man, a good father, a bad character? A father, a bad character, or a husband who has a husband with bad character, or a good man, a single. It was a single versus married people thing. Okay, it was a single man with good character, or a husband with bad character. Did I say that right? Yeah, a single man with good character or a husband with bad character. And I'm like, why are we having this conversation? So for my own thing is this, very simple. I always look for why I'm having a conversation. What's the objective, right? Why are we looking? First of all, bad character is bad, period. Okay. Well, but why? What's the purpose of the comparison? But these are the kind of conversations that people are having on the internet these days, right? People are just creating the single man with good character versus married man with bad character. Why are we comparing peanuts literally with mango? What's the purpose of this? Can I get? Why are we comparing the two? What's the point of that? Bad character is bad character. A husband is a husband. The position of a husband comes with responsibilities. It is almost irrelevant to if you are good or bad character or not. It's a matter of skill set. Do you know how to handle those responsibilities? A single man is a single man. You're responsible for yourself as an individual. It's two different things. What is the point of comparing the two together? I tell you why. After having the conversation back and forth, I was listening. I wasn't part of the conversation. It was obvious this person was trying to discount marriage when all they have to do is don't do marriage. It's easier. Just don't do marriage. Your life will be probably a lot more easier. I don't know, but it might be a lot more easier. If that's what you don't want to do, like if that's what you want, you don't want to do it, and you do that with your full chest, you just do your life how you want to do it. Yes, absolutely. No matter which one it is, single or married, your life will be a lot more easier. Why can't we keep it that simple? I have my guess. Probably confused. Anyway, let me come to the chat. Let me round it up real quick. Let's see. Grace, I was too young to participate in the movie. Knocking and marriage are not the same. No, they're not. But that's why I say it's a condescending question. There's a question that just comes straight to my mind when people say, is marriage becoming obsolete? I'm like, is knocking becoming obsolete? So my thoughts are probably pregnant. Toby and Tribe says, marriage could fade over time, but that need for companionship and bonding will always exist. Yeah, exactly. So wouldn't we want to do that within a controlled environment? Because if you allow people into your world where you're doing companionship and bonding, that makes it inevitable that betrayal will happen when people don't have some kind of structure around whatever they're doing. We have institutions around everything else, especially paying taxes, right? You know why? Because if you allow human beings to just move mad, they literally move mad, right? But I mean, maybe some other new technology or institution will replace it, right? Mario says, what does that even mean? Anything for debate. I know. Not every married man has bad character. That's another angle, right? It's like, why are you, like why is husband and bad character sitting together? But oh well. That's just where we are today. But so I'm not exactly surprised if we're seeing these divorces, because there's a good chance they're also engaged in such weird internal debates. You know, maybe I don't even need this. You know, I was just talking to a person. The person said, you know, both of us are pride. I'm like, what does that mean? What is both of us pride? Why can't you just look at yourself and say pride? You know, I could have checked my pride a little bit. Or why couldn't you just point the finger with your full chest that your partner was prideful and you were not just going to take that? You know why we say both of us? We say it in advices. We say it in accountability, which is not really an accountability. We say we use this both of us. Sometimes we say it takes two to tango. Anyway, what are your thoughts about that? Leave your thoughts. Let's leave that alone. Let's move on. We have some other stuff, other trendy stories to cover around the world. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Again, share your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Is this exactly news? We're not surprised. Somebody says celebrities, don't compare them to us. It's just celebrities, Jerry. Okay, it's celebrities inside of the divorce court at your county house, if you say so. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, let's talk about age gap. Let's bring Tuface. Let's bring Tuface, Regina Daniels, and Rudeboy P Square. Let's bring them to the stage real quick. Yeah, let's talk about age gap. It's another big debate that's going on around social media about age gap. What's the best age gap? Also, I think I saw, let me see if I can find it. I saw Pastor Shola posted a question. Let me see if I can find it real quick. He posted like a post that has something about the age gap. Let me see if I can. Dr. Shola Adeoye. Let's see if it comes up. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so age gap, in you guys' opinion, what do you think is the best age gap, or what do you think is too much of an age gap between people trying to do live together? What do you think is too much of an age gap? There you go, I found it. This picture, Pastor Shola posted this picture, right? It says, the caption says he's 60 and she's 29. What do you advise? They are in love. Okay, that would be a 31 year age gap. They're in love and planning to get married in a few months. She is a recent graduate working as a receptionist at this company. You remember last week when we were talking about there was the rumor that this guy was sleeping with the house help, right? Rudeboy. It was a very stressful conversation with me. Anyway, but let's talk about age gap today. Let's leave feminists alone. Let's talk about age gap today. He's single, never been married, and has no kids. And of course, I posted a red flag. Why? Because of the 60 never been married part. That one, to me, it just means I have questions. Are you 60, never been married? Did you fall out of the skies? What happened in the last 4 decades? I just have questions. That's all. Honest questions. That's all. 60, never been married, no kids. What do you mean? But anyway, Ned Okonkwo, what's his name? Nedunwoko is not. How old is Nedunwoko? Nedunwoko will probably be around 65 or so. They are married. Married to these people right here. Married to Regina Daniels, right? How old is Regina Daniels? Well, Nedunwoko. I keep saying Coco. That's another person. Nedunwoko is 64. Regina Daniels is how old? Let me see. Regina Daniels is 24 years old. That's a 40 decade. Sorry, not 40 decades. That's a 4 decades age gap. What do you guys think about that? Give me your opinions, guys. Don't just wait there and be talking to me. Let me talk to myself. What do you guys think about that? Now, for Rudeboy should be about 45 or 49, something like that. And his new wife, we just had a baby, is 25. So they have a 2 decade age gap. Right? All right. So there's a lot of arguments around the internet about this. Now, we have Tuface. Tuface's new wife. I don't know if they are wives yet, but something like that. New girlfriend or new something. New love interest. Natasha from the Edo state, right? Natasha, I think they said she's in her 20s too. Tuface just clocked 50. So there's an age gap of about 25 years, 2 decades and change. Okay. Now, whenever we talked about age gap before, it used to be just, 10 years. 10 years is like a lot of people like, wow, but 10 years today is nothing, right? 10 years is not a big deal anymore. You know what I'm saying? 10 years is no longer a big deal. How? because people are saying men should wait until they are 35, 40, so that they can find themselves or self-discover first. Women are saying no, they should be 33, 37, so that you can have self-discovery first. Make sure you know thyself, right? So by the time a 33-year-old woman is trying to get married, of course, many love interests would be anywhere from 19 to 47, right? So age gap is inevitable. So 10 year, it's not a big deal, 10 years not a big deal. In fact, a Cardi B is like, that's not like, Cardi B is like a 2-year difference. Forget that one, We're talking about 10-year difference. So in what 10 years, what that's becoming more and more acceptable because people want to wait longer, or people are waiting much longer. Maybe not want to, but they're waiting much longer before they do this thing called life. So to me, I expect that there will be more and more age gaps because people are becoming full-blown. They finish adulting first. They want to finish adulting completely before they consider marriage. Okay, it's part of the solutions that people are coming up with to mitigate the high divorce rate. Like, people are just getting married prematurely. They should get to know themselves first before they get married, Now, for me, it's a little bit tricky, okay? Because time is nobody's mate, just like emotions, right? Our lives is in his hands, right? At the end of the day, you know how they say man proposes and God disposes. Is that how they say? Yeah, exactly. So none of us, we are not God. So it's okay. It's all good at the end of the day. But I just wanted to highlight this again, highlight a couple of things when it comes to age gap. Age gap is think of long distance relationships. Yeah. Put that in the same category. Some people will say, what is wrong with long distance relationship? Okay. By the way, let me say this. Our live sessions are now going to have for now, I'm going to keep it, you see, it's just showing my face and it's just showing generic, right? We're going to keep it that way. All right. So there are a couple of things I want you to consider when you're thinking about age gap. First of all, think of it as long distance relationship. Is long distance relationships, are they bad? No, that's an automatic no, right? But are there some things you should pay attention to if you're in a long distance relationship? Yeah. Is it necessity sometimes? Long distance relationship, is that a necessity oftentimes? Hold on 1 second. What is wrong with this thing? Why did you log out? Let's see. Oh God. Let me see something. Hold on 1 second, guys. So is that something that we need to pay attention to sometimes? Yes. Are there some things we need to pay attention when you're in long distance? Is it necessary to have long distance? Yeah, sometimes you might just go to Dirty December and then you meet the love of your life. You're not just going to be like, like it depends. If you have bad experiences, you might be like, long distance, I don't want to do long distance, right? Yeah, sometimes you'll be like that. But often, other times you'll be like, I like this guy. I like this lady, Yeah, I like this lady, right? But are there some things you should pay attention to when it comes to long distance? Yes. Okay, it's an additional layer that you should consider. What are the pros? What are the cons of this additional layer? Let me see. Mario says we know what it is. They know what it is. Gracious Greatness is not only two faces. So 10 years isn't anything exceptional again. No longer, bro. No longer. Some they say that marriage is becoming a pursuit of the elite. I don't know. Maybe if the man is young at heart, who can afford to get married? This guy. Gracious Greatness. Anyway, so 10 years is no longer a big deal. Yeah, that it's no longer a big deal, because inevitably when people wait longer and longer, you have adults. The range of adults goes from 18 all the way to 118, right? So anybody within that age gap can say, hey, I find the love of my life, and they want to do life together for the rest of the life of at least one of them, So it is what it is. People don't think of it that way. But anyway, when it comes to age gap, the same way you will think about a couple of things, you want to consider life stages. For example, a person in the age range of 70s and 30 years old, in their 30s, obviously, there's many ways. I can't start spelling them out, that they will see life differently. One person has a lot more experience than the other person. Now, I saw the other day, I don't know if I can pull that up real quick right now. I saw a picture of a lot of young Nigerian men. They want to japa, so they are getting with old white ladies. You might say, why bring that into this conversation? But it's happening. We're seeing more and more of it. Right? We're seeing more and more of it. You will see them like this. They'll be dancing. They will go and do, for Delta states, the white women will go and do the traditional everything, and they're excited about this new thing that they found. But age gap has way too many factors that you need to consider. Like I said, different stages in life will create different outlook on life. That means a lot more friction. Ordinarily, on a normal day, even if God has created two exact persons that they want to do life together, when they try to collaborate, there will be friction. So imagine when people have two different outlooks on life, they're at different stages of career in their life and things like that. What about health? Right? Well, some people don't mind. Remember, what's her name? I forgot her name. Some Nicole Smith. She's passed away now. She used to be with this very old guy. The guy was like 90 something years old. You look at that kind of situation, it's obvious that that's probably a transactional situation. But then the lines are becoming even more blurrier and blurrier, right? Because of the age difference, again, outlook on life, things like social, cultural things that you need to consider. Again, nothing special here. The same thing you will consider if you were to fly across the continent and go and pick up, passport bro style, go and pick up a partner from a world that you know nothing about. You have to consider that there's going to be additional layers of friction that you need to worry about. You're not going to see that right now. All you're trying to solve for is that you don't want modern women. That's all you're solving for, right? But this is your evidence that that's a myopic mindset. But hey, it is what it is. Everybody has the freedom. I'm just shedding light on a couple of things, okay? What about at an emotional level, psychological level? What about issues like maturity levels, right? If you're dating a 22-year-old adult, full-blown woman, the maturity level of that person is going to be quite different from a 52-year-old Rudeboy P-square, right? But hey, if you know this already and you're putting certain things in place to mitigate the risk of it, sure, knock yourself out, right? What about financial considerations? Things like the potential of financial abuse. No, there cannot be well, they can be, because it takes only one person to accuse you, only one of the partners to accuse you of financial abuse. That's all it takes before it becomes effectively an issue that you have to deal with. All right, so you're dating a young 24-year-old man and you're like 43.5 years old woman, and you've been kind of supporting his lifestyle for the last 6 months, and now you say you don't want to do anymore because you realize suddenly he's a narcissist. Yeah, exactly. And now before you know it, there's a petition showing up in the mail because he says he wants alimony, and you're like surprised, like, how is that possible? I thought you said you're a traditional man, Odogu. And then you start calling each other's names. Well, if it's the kind of young 22-year-old man that will get with a 44-year-old man, you best believe he's going to drag you on the internet. It is what it is. Hey, it's choices, right? And with choices comes consequences. long distance relationship, there's no rules. There's no rules. You can date anybody 5,000 miles away. You're in love, so you can't see that far. They say, hey, let's help you vet. He said, no, there's no need to vet. This is the love of my life. Yeah. Communication compatibility. Oh yeah, everybody can claim those things, like the communication style is bad, we're just not compatible. Anybody can claim it, but guess what? Especially people with large age gaps, right? Especially with people with large age gaps. Hey, even initially it might be transactional, and then eventually you start to find that I kind of need companionship, but this man is getting old. What about accusations from the older man that all your best friends, those young man best friends, the one that's still lurking around on WhatsApp messages, that you're cheating with them? Hey, maybe you're not, but there's a good chance you're going to have issues like this. One way or the other, you're going to face some of these issues. But anyway, I just wanted to spell out some of this stuff, but let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. What other disadvantages of large age? What is large age gap? First of all, tell me what you think is too much of an age gap. And then tell me what you think the pros and the cons are. As a baby girl, you want to be a baby girl for life. There's nothing wrong with, in fact, we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a second. There's nothing wrong with the 30 years age gap if you're a woman. If you're 40 something, people will tell you like, hey, you should be open to it. You might end up with a man who is 70 who really likes you. He said be open-minded. Yeah. I don't blame the people that say that, because again, we are all adults, all the way from 18 to 118 years of age. It is what it is. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and #1 Red Ride, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back, guys. Let's talk about Auntie Yinka. She's made it back into the news. Yinka, Theisen, and Linc Edochie relationship drama. When love turns toxic. How did you get here, guys? How did you get here? If you don't know who Auntie Yinka is, Auntie Yinka, she is this young 55-year-old lady we just found out. This lady right here. And Linc Edochie is an older brother to Ola Tux, the actor. He's also an actor too, in his own right. I don't know why I say in his own right. I've never seen a movie with him in it. But anyway, they started making the news not too long ago because Linc Edochie, who is about 47, 48, 50 years old, got with an older lady, 55 years old. It's not a very large age gap. That's okay. 50 to 55 years old, not bad. As long as, was it Toby that said that? As long as they think alike, right? What was it? Let me try to find it. Maybe if the man, okay, you were talking about older men, if they were young at heart, right? So we're kind of still talking about age gap a little bit, right? So Auntie Yinka is she's talking more and more. They broke up because she started dragging it out with the May Nation. That's May Ola Tux ex-wife's fan club. They dragged her with the wood to they showed that Auntie Shege. She would never she would never forget it. Anyway, so she's been trying to drag it out. She's still using coconut head, but the internet is nobody's mate. If you want to drag on social media, be ready to go to hell, because it's a bottomless pit. All bets are off, so make sure you have enough in you. So I'm looking at this post by a Benson Okonkwo, and the person Yinka has lost her sanity. This post right here. The person saying Yinka has lost her sanity. That is just a fact. Yinka, no matter what you do, there are people that still loves Linc. Okay, that's the young 50-year-old man. Failed relationship, you know one let go. You go explain tired. Yeah.
You go explain because no evidence.
Yeah. This is so childish. Big sister things. Now she first go message Linc. Are you acting like the big sister you claim to be to him? No, after you don't take Bekuso. After all this, do you think any man would want to be in a relationship with you again? She no gree move on, shame. Imagine at 55 years acting like this, even a 13-year-old would never. Indeed, age is not wisdom. This very screenshot shows that you actually wooed Linc. Linc is gone for good, and nothing will ever make him come back. There is no need for all this. Please stop embarrassing yourself. They cross the line. Linc have already moved on. Stop dragging him. She keep us entertained. We laugh at her. Shame. Right on, ma. It's not necessary to be posting all this on Facebook. You called yourself a big sister. Why did you want to take advantage of him before helping him? Helping with what? I think they did papers, right? There's a rumor like that, right? Anyway, Linc decided to break up with her after she started dragging it out with a bunch of people on the internet. Linc was like, hands off, I'm good. This is not my life. My life is quiet. I'm okay. No, auntie, I'm good. Auntie said, what do you mean, auntie? We've been doing the ta-ta-ta. Like, no, auntie, I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, ma. It might be no, ma. But auntie has been dragging Linc. Anyway, I can see you just want fame at all costs and never think about the repercussions for the sake of your children. Move on. This chart you dropped is not in your favor. What chart are they talking about? Let's look at it. So apparently she dropped some charts here. This was November 25. Was this last year? I'm not sure what year it was, but it's November 25. I'm not sure if you will ever read this. Okay, so she slid in the DMs. All right. I'm not sure if you would ever see this. Let's see. This is your big sis in America, 55 years old, so bigger. I'm so proud of you, and may God bless you loads, Linc. Okay, on the following day, November 26th, young bro sent a message back. Says, thanks a lot, big sis. What if I was older? LOL. Anyway, you're my big sister, and I like that. Thanks again for the encouragement. I truly appreciate it. May God bless you more. Okay. And then he goes, at least now I have a big sister who I can cry upon her shoulders once in a while. It's not easy. And then big sis said, indeed, you have Linc and I come with loads of... Indeed, you have Linc and I come with loads of experience. I have always admired you from a distance. You have a friend in me. Oh. And then Linc says, oh, allegedly. I don't know where they get this VDM style evidence. Allegedly, okay? Oh, muchas gracias, senora. And then she goes, de nada, señor. Don't try my Spanish pronunciations. Anyway, says other post here says, I still intend to tell my story or write the book. She wants to write a book. Shout out to Auntie B. Make sure you go support Auntie B's book, her new book. It's called Imported Wives. It's everywhere on social media, on book platforms, Amazon. Okay, Imported Wives. All right, so she goes, I still intend to tell my story and write the book. Too much disrespect over this relationship. A man who could not protect me because he was afraid. That thing is a real thing, but I'm not gonna blame Linc because she was supposed to be a big sis. Allegedly. Hello everyone, just heard from a very reliable source that Lincoln Edochie denies posting that video. Okay. Another post from her, she's been talking. I just don't, Busy day, but part 2 video coming out this weekend. You love bombed me. Called me all the sweet names. This love bombing of a thing. Ladies, are you not getting tired of love bombing as a thing? Anybody can just wake up one day and say, I was love bombed. Never mind that I'm 55-year-old, a full-grown woman. Anyway, called me all the sweet names across the line by supporting your younger, what? Uncles older than my dad have labeled me a disgrace to the family. This is Linc posting this now later on. And then she goes, Yinka goes, you never loved me. This is my belief. You never did, Linc. And then he goes, if I hear, did you truly love me? But it's okay. Okay, so somebody is releasing chats, VDM style. I don't know if AI made this one up. I'm just seeing it on the internet like you, okay? But this is what toxic relationship look like when they don't want to let go, okay? It's a lot of basketballs. A lot of it is text messages. What do I tell you about text messages? Here's the lesson. If you're emotionally charged, take your phone, okay? If it's a smart, unless it's a flip phone with no text capabilities, take your phone and throw it in the garbage. Sorry, not garbage, into the ocean, okay? Because you're probably going to do more damages with your fingers with that phone, okay? And you're going to say things with your fingers that you will never be able to take back, because somebody's going to, Nigerian people call it munch it. They're going to munch, and they're going to share it to their sister, their mother, their father. So even if you come back together and you love each other again, if that happens, the rest of them will never forget. They kept it. It's inside of the archive. They will pull it out. The day when they want to tell you, I told you so, that you should have gone back to that person, they will pull it out. Anyway, so if you want to do yourself a favor, you're going through some situation, take your phone, your smartphone, and throw it into the ocean, into the river. Anyway, did you truly love me? But it's okay. Why didn't you ever listen to me? If this if this mistake is too much, with every cell in my body, if this mistake is too much, hold on one second. I don't believe that. Okay, they are just going back and forth. And then I'm not sure if you will ever read this. This is okay. That was the big sis stuff. Oh, Auntie was in love. Auntie, what do you want from Auntie? She was just in love like anybody else. She was trying to do love all over again. She's been married before. You know, yeah, love bombing. Text message. Why is it that when you approach a man first, most times you end up falling more in love than them, and when you break up, your heart aches more? Is that what they say? Is there a study around that, Toby and Tribe? I don't know. I've never gotten with a person that toasted me before. This sounds like those I need a man who can handle me types rather than fixing your behavior. This is how they met. From Big Sis? Yes, from Big Sis. Yes, precisely. Yeah. Anyway, share your thoughts with me. Let me know what you guys think about that. But here's the lesson, ladies and gentlemen. That phone, that's your smartphone. If you're going through situations, or if you're emotionally charged, even if you're still together, you're going to work, but you're arguing in the morning, throw your phone in the garbage somewhere. Okay, now of course I don't mean exactly like that, but you need to be careful with your phone and all the text messages. You're probably going to do worse damages than you realize. Okay, and of course if you don't chop breakfasts, premium breakfast, yeah, you might want to check yourself. You know better than Auntie Yinka. This is what it looks like, even if you're 13 years old, like that person said. All right, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and #1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, welcome back, guys. Let's catch up on Natasha Akpoti. Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaga. Let's catch up on her a little bit. There's a quick lesson I want us to extract out of this. What to look out for. What you should look out for as a lady, as a man, when it comes to power dynamics within a marriage. Okay. But I want to play this video first. Let's just catch up on what the status is. If you remember, she was suspended as a senator about 6 months ago. She's made her way back into office. So let's listen to this video and then we'll talk.
Look this way. It's actually just give her a chance.
In retrospect, it's actually amazing how much we have had to face.
Let's give her public.
It's actually amazing how much we have had to face and survive in the past 6 months. And most of it happened to the full glare of Nigerians. From the unjust suspension to the recall. We survived the recall. We survived the blockage of roads and waterways into Kogi that we had to fly in through using the helicopter. We survived the blackmail from the so-called woman from the crazy lady on Facebook. Yeah, you know, it's amazing what we had to survive. And I give God Almighty the glory and my deepest
Thank God.
appreciation
They
to
cleaned
the
the audio.
people of Kogi Central, Kogi State and Nigeria at large. My husband, my love, if you see this, I love you dearly. In short, I pray all men support their wives as much as you have supported me. And my children, thank you for your sacrifices. So in everything, it just shows that sometimes it's good to put the institutions to test. We can't cow down in the face of injustice. No one is more Nigerian than us. Senator Fabio is not more of a senator than I am. He's not a governor of this place. And he treated me as if I was his servant or I was a domestic staff in his house. It's very unfortunate that at this time, after so many years of democracy, we would have a National Assembly be run by such dictatorship. It's totally unacceptable. As for me, I'm glad to be here. And even though we have been illegally suspended, no day have I hesitated in effectively carrying out my duties as a senator of Kogi Central to the very best of my capacity. I have never, no day went by without me looking out for opportunities, either in terms of bringing infrastructure or projects to my people, and even jobs wherever I could, because I didn't want them to suffer, you know, the neglect and the vacuum that was created by this injustice. So I thank people like Auntie Obi, Priscilla, Sister Aisha, Mama P, Peter The Rock, and many others, Dr. Abiola, Yemi of Enough is Enough, Uncle Femi Falana, I mean, men and Nigerians I can't even call. I mean, I've read your posts. His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, His Excellency Sarah Key, I mean, many people who have lent their voices, thank you. And even political parties, Labour Party, ADC, I saw their statements, and my beloved PDP, thank you so much for standing up. Nigerian Bar Association, Nigeria Labour Congress, I mean, a whole lot of voices, it just pulled through. And I think that's the pressure that the Senate President saw and realized that, you know what, he just can't keep pushing against the will of the people. Yeah, and the media, thank you for being fair, thank you. Even though at the time I did observe 3 months ago there was some silence, like, and I understand intimidations can come, and you all have families to cater for. And unfortunately, we're at a country today whereby pretty much lives mean nothing. So I don't blame you, members of the media, who at a particular time withheld publishing facts as they happen. But I just want to let Nigerians know that the future is bright. We just can't give up our hopes. Our democracy is evolving, and I trust that every day leading into 2027, we will be able to put out actions that will be worthwhile, because patriotically we have a country to save. Thank you all so much for your love and support.
All right, so that was that. But why am I pulling that up today? I'll tell you why. There is something that most people, of course, are not paying attention to. Most people are engaged in this news because of politics. But then I saw a post that I thought was that is worth it. That I pulled this up and highlight it here with regards to dating, relationship, and marriage. A lot of, especially ladies, women. There's a lot of people that are confused. They don't know what a supportive partner looks like, you know. And I would say a lot of men are also confused in that regards, you know, in terms of what does it mean to support my family, right? So I saw this post. It was posted on the Yeyekudi courtroom. It says, "What do you think? Can't women juggle politics, marriage, and motherhood?" You know, as far as the 2025 version of the traditional man is concerned right now, they don't believe that's possible. I actually believe that that's a timeless concept. There's always been, we've always had women in positions of power. It might not be as pronounced, right? But we've always had women in cabinets at traditional rulership. You always have at least in Yoruba land, there's always been the Yalo Day. They've always had powerful women. So you might call it the exception, but they existed. It was a possibility. It was a thing, right? So a lot of people are surprised that, okay, because of the environment that we have today, women are able to come up and actually do some things, and they're surprised. They don't know what to do with themselves. So what did they do? They just call culture. They say African culture does not allow you supposed to stay at home and take care of your children. I'm like, hey, calm down, boss. Calm down. Okay. Then first of all, you're wrong. Second of all, your wife can still be your wife. Just this yesterday, I saw a bunch of people, I don't know if it was, I think it was Instagram or Facebook, arguing about Ngozi Ekwejela, right? The director of the World Trade Organization. A lady, right? The young men of nowadays who call themselves traditional always want to use, like, can't you see how she respects her husband? Most of them don't know what her husband look like, but yet they want to make that an example. But I just wanted to say kudos to this young man who is Natasha's husband. You know, she continued to give him props, you know, but I really do think it takes having a strong, supportive partner to be able to go through what she has gone through as a woman in that system. If she didn't, she would have gotten chewed up and spit it out for life, and nothing will happen, you know. And I wanted to highlight that as one of the pros of having a good supportive partner. If you ever wonder, what are the benefits, Seth? Who needs anybody? Well, we all need someone. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but we all need someone. If it's a romantic partner that is very supportive, oh yeah, it's really, really good, right? Somebody that you have sex with from time to time. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, the point is that somebody that you know, that you are doing life with, right? And they can be supportive for you behind the scenes. It goes a long way. Imagine being out there and fighting all those battles and then coming back home and knowing that you have somebody supportive who has your back. Or let's flip it. What is the alternative of that? You come home and somebody is waiting there to show you basketballs, to confirm that they've been telling you that if you don't behave very well, they will show you, right? And they are the one now confirming what people are accusing you of out there. Imagine that. Yeah. So I just thought it was very good. It was very important that I highlight this. Don't compare. This is not the moment to compare your partner to this partner. I want you to understand that when somebody has a partner like this, it didn't fall out of the skies. Okay, first of all, they have their own issues. Second of all, they've decided, at least up to now, to edify each other in public and be supportive to each other in public. That is a big deal. As small, as little, as trivial, you might want to take that. You might want to call it, that's bare minimum. Isn't that what a husband is supposed to be? That's terrible. It's not about what you said. It's about that mindset. Please don't say things like that. Don't say things like bare minimum. You're supposed to do that. And before uncle, are you not supposed to? Do you want extra candy for being a husband? If you say things like that, you deserve your experience. Does that sound harsh? I'm sorry. Yeah. Missy said it's not easy to juggle all, but it's doable with the support of a spouse and helpers at home. Exactly. Uncle Beno, good to see you, sir. Uncle Beno say, all hail Queen Natasha. This will go dead after the next election and the position is secure. Listen, the thing is that it's all a journey, right? I think this is actually a bigger deal than her politics, her political position. If you remember, I said she doesn't need to go back to that office. I think the statement has been made. I think she's going to be fine, but she went back there. It's probably bigger than all of us. It's politics, right? So she probably doesn't want to chicken out. We'll continue to follow to see how it goes. All right. Anyway, that's that for that. So shout out to High Chief Uduanga from the Delta States, Delta region, for supporting his wife, for being a good example of what a supportive husband looks like. A supportive husband to a very powerful woman. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and #1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Bansu e Fuji. You know that song? Some of you know that song. I don't know any of the songs very well, but I love Adewale Ayuba. Adewale Ayuba is a musician, a Fuji musician out of Nigeria. He was reigning back in the early to mid 90s. He's an evergreen musician. He's still very active in the game of Fuji music. He was the graduate that came out and added the educational edge, the educated man edge to Fuji music back in the 90s, you know. So, but he's in the news. It's in the news. He was rumored to have been divorced last week, and I wanted to talk about it real quick, you know. So there's a news that was published here on the Nation. Veteran Fuji musician Adewale Ayuba has dismissed an online report alleging divorce and a paternity dispute with his wife Azuka Ego. You guys remember what's his name? Akimi, that story that Akimi till tomorrow. The modern traditional man are still giving the examples of Akimi. You know Akimi, if you remember Akimi's story, Akimi's mother, you know, the story, the rumored story, which they debunked, but then they still carry the story like it's truth. And if a lie goes long enough, right, it becomes the truth. That's the truth, guys. I just told you the truth. If they keep telling a lie and if it's going long enough, it will become the truth eventually. You know, so for those of you that think truth is this stagnant thing that stays forever, it depends on what you mean by the truth anyway. But that's the power of the media, you know. And I think that's why he's debunking these rumors. But good luck with that. So I will help him debunk it. But there's a lesson that I want to retrieve out of this. So if you remember Akimi, the story was that the young man signed all of his properties under the mother's name. So by the time the lady was trying to divorce him, she didn't get access to anything. And then they were like, right? And then they were like, yeah, that's how you do it, right? Yeah. So it was debunked at the time, I showcased to here that doesn't make any sense because there's too many technicalities that just wouldn't make it make sense. Plus, even if you put it on somebody else's name, if a good lawyer, if there's enough interest, good money, they can come after all of that and still take it. All they need is to prove that you had ulterior motive, right? And if there's enough money, enough interest, they will come after it. So the same thing I say about prenups. Prenup is good, if you have assets to protect, significant enough, what is significant, I don't know, whatever is significant for you, sure, go ahead and protect it. But they crack prenup open all the time, okay? And contrary to even cracking prenup open, sometimes it's the person that signed the prenup that want to retain it that way because they want to be unfair. And then the judge will say, no, we need to crack it open. And sometimes it's the person you're trying to, you're trying to crack it open so that they can make it more unfair. And the judge will say, no, we're going to keep it exactly that way. What's the point? When you both don't share pencil, don't share resa. The only way to protect yourself is to work on yourself so that you don't attract toxic relationships. That's the best way to protect yourself. You should still do those things, but the limitations are financial and technical in nature. But this place, that one where they hurt the most, that heartbreak, yeah, there's no amount of money you keep away that's going to protect it.
Sorry.
So while we're talking about Adewale Ayuba, so veteran musician Adewale Ayuba has dismissed an online report alleging divorce and a paternity dispute with his wife Azuka Ego. So they've taken this news, they run with it. They said the rumor was about the wife. They found out that the child is not theirs, and it's not now sulking up somewhere, and it's very sad. But Adewale Ayuba is coming out in a statement posted on Instagram. Ayuba's management described the claims as unfounded and baseless, stressing that the couple has been happily married for over 30 years. So Nigerians in general now, including a lot of women, they are obsessed over the paternity fraud and DNA testing thing. And I can see they're trying to use that to solve for another problem entirely. Okay, there are many reasons why there might have been paternity fraud. They do steal babies from the hospital too, by the way. Okay, some people do promotion for baloto. Some people do give another person's child for another person. Okay, as in betrayal, pure betrayal. For years, some people do that, but some people's babies are also stolen. I mean, come on, think about it. In a society where stealing organs and things like that, come on, anything is possible, right? But of course, the only reason why most people are talking about this is because of their heartbreak. That's all they can think about. There's no other reason in this world why things like that will happen. So, of course, anytime they see a news of paternity fraud, they get super excited, not to protect people's babies from being stolen, but to protect their heart from being broken. It's confusion. I'm sure. The family condemned the report as a cheap attempt to smear Ayuba's reputation. Hold on. Smear Ayuba's reputation and ridicule their unity, vowing not to let the attack on his integrity go unchallenged. They categorically denied any truth to the paternity scandal, branding it a fabrication and highlighted the blogger's error in claiming their marriage lasted only a year. A mistake they said further exposed the story's falsehood, right? So at the very moment, you're going to find out, is he married? Is he married? No, he was a musician for the longest, right? So if you don't look long enough, you won't see a picture of him and his wife. But the picture of him and his wife, if you do small research, they're actually available everywhere. But, back in the days, musicians, actors, actresses, they didn't showcase their significant other because they wanted to sell them as single for as long as possible if they started their career that way, right? So, but if you also, a lot of people in my local area in New Jersey also know Ayuba because he actually spent some time, I think he lived in the US for a while. He was spending a lot of time here for a while before Afrobeat started blowing up again, and then he spent more time in Nigeria now. I don't think he ever left Nigeria like that anyway. So, but I know that he's more likely a US citizen. He spent time around here. The statement reads, "Hello everyone, our attention has been drawn to a baseless and malicious story circulating." Okay, this story makes outrageous claims about an alleged divorce from Dr. Ayuba's wife, Mrs. Azuka Ego, Saliu Okiola, Ni Quinto, that doesn't sound like a Yoruba name, and a completely unfounded scandal regarding the paternity of their children, suggesting he broke his silence over some non-existing discovery. We want to state this clearly and categorically to everyone who supports Dr. Adewale Ayuba. There is absolutely no truth, not a single iota, in this cooked up story. Anyway, here's the lesson, guys. Let me stop. The lesson is very simple. If you find yourself obsessing over all this crazy paternity fraud, DNA story, narcissistic content, love bombing content, it's time to self-reflect. Yeah, it's time to self-reflect. I'm intentionally doing some of this content and making them as fun as possible, covering them from a standpoint of trending and celebrity stories, because I want you all to kind of calm down, because what you're looking for is inside of you already, you know. But oftentimes we're obsessed with pointing fingers, and we'll go to any extent and any kind of sensationalized story that will align with what we already think. It just makes it get worse and worse and worse. And unfortunately, social media is helping to propagate anything that's negative in nature. Will go faster, further, potentially become the truth later on, because it's just what it is, right? So even if he files a lawsuit for defamation right now, how far is that going to go? Furthermore, this reckless blogger stated their marriage was lasted only 1 year. Okay, so all they needed to do is ask questions. So a bunch of bloggers now, a bunch of them are going to get shut down eventually. It's just inevitable. It's going to happen because people are going to get their reputation hurt, and they're going to fight. So you should expect more and more of that. Myself, we don't want to calm down. Fina, same here. Happy Independence Day, everyone. Happy Independence Day, Naija people. Good evening to you, Fina. All right, so let's move on. We have some other trendy stories. Let's be calming down, though. You know, whatever you see is trending fast and fast and fast, it's a good chance it's a lie. There's a good chance there's some truth to it. And the truth to it is powerful enough to get you locked down, especially if you have other things you have to worry about at a personal level that you can relate with the trendy story. So I'm not surprised that this story was going viral, but I'm not surprised that it's debunking it, but good luck. But this one is another story straight in the butter. All right, guys, let's move on to some other stuff. I've got some more stuff to cover here, and I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
All right, let's talk about the royal ex-wife drama, Oluwo versus Ooni. Oh, more. You see, where do we go from here? Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Fina. I appreciate you so much. Is that £10 or €10? I think that's €10, right? Thank you so much. I haven't seen a super chat in a long time. But thank you. You guys are supporting, always sharing, subscribing, liking. The revenues, they're not doing badly, you know, even with just sharing the video. So thank you. Right about now, yeah, I think we're just gonna dance a little bit. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. We had a break in transmission, but I'm back. All right, so let me share this with you. I'm gonna play this, and then we'll take it from there. Again, thank you, Fina. Thank you. See, yeah. So Oluwo is talking. Let's listen.
This message is for Nigerians.
Message for the Nigerians.
I'm saying this because I want other Nigerians to know. When I get on the throne, you see me talking about this Ooni Adewale. You can see me talking about what you don't know. I will tell you today. The governor of Osun State, commissioners, and all. This I heard Ooni Adewale, but because Ongbe Orisha law, he was holding Orisha as and me, God has put me as above Orishas, as a king. But let's look at it. And because of that, as a kingmaker or somebody that helped the king to become the king that I was, he doesn't want me to say the story in the future. He was looking for my downfall.
Well, let me guess, you're about to tell us the story.
And the next thing, they packaged a woman. There was a woman that was packaged for me, but I don't know her from Canada. But it was packaged for me, it was a setup. After they set me up, they were talking to her in our own. She was in my house and they were talking to her and setting me up. Setting up with videos, setting up with many things. This wife will be his supposedly wife, an ex-wife.
His ex-wife.
They sent me to my house and they were communicating with her. She was there for over 3 years.
I remember the story.
Child, which I don't even know if it's my child now. Confirm that.
He asked questions about paternity fraud again.
They want her to kill me. She poisoned me 2 times.
Huh?
They set up assassination attempt. They did everything so that maybe they are Orisha or the gods. But they failed. After this woman, when I found out the secret and this woman out, it was this Ooni Adewale that asked him, what was the lady doing with him in the hotel? I won't mention the hotel, but when there's clarification,
you will tell us the hotel. He said, what were they doing in the hotel? And it was the one that accepted her to his house. You remember there's an ex-wife, he had an ex-wife, they dragged each other out on the internet back then. She was even, I think she might have been an American, if I remember, and she moved to Nigeria with him to go and become a king. Let's keep going.
So it
was Ooni that got them an apartment, the ex-wife and his own child, who he now has questions about, whose paternity. Never mind my English, sorry. Okay. Point is that he's asking questions. He has questions around the paternity of his own child.
Say if it was you.
See that, what if it was you and they set up a woman in your house as your wife, and that person tried to kill you, and that person could not get you? What if it was you? He's trying to say he's justified. To do what exactly? I'm trying to figure out. She said the fight will not finish. She says Shango cannot kill him. That his own father is the Orisha. What's the difference between Orisha and Olodumare? Orisha is the highest deity before Olodumare in Yoruba land. Orisha. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, why are we talking about this? Just in case you missed it, there's a report here. It says, ask him, Ooni of Ife, what the lady was doing with him in the hotel. I won't mention the hotel. 6 months after accusing the Ooni of Ife, Adeyeyi of betrayal and conspiracy, the Oluwo of Iwo, Abdulrasheed Akombi, has leveled fresh allegations against him, this time involving his ex-wife, Chanel Chin. That's an American woman, right? In December 2019, this newspaper reported that Mr. Akombi, through his spokesperson, Ali Ibrahim, announced his separation from Miss Chin. It's not Mr. Akombi disrespectful. That's Kabiyesi Akombi. Separation from Miss Chin, citing personal irreconcilable differences. They welcomed the son, Oduduwa. Miss Chin, born in Canada, is the daughter of Jamaican reggae star Lodlo Bobo Zaro Chin. Oh, she's a Canadian. Chin is renowned for his song Pain, which he wrote with Capleton. The Oluwo would later move on and marry a Kano princess. Oh, so she's remarried since 2022. But he's having a hard time moving on. Anyway, the only thing I'm looking at on my screen is Ego. Okay, as I remember very well how he dragged it out with the ex-wife. You can't tell me nothing. Is it possible that that woman tried to buy him? Yes. That's not what I'm speaking to. Okay, I'm speaking to not being able to let go, not being able to move on. Shout out to Auntie Yinka Theisen, and then behaving in a toxic manner on the internet. At that point, we were talking about a 55-year-old man, and somebody was comparing to not even a 13-year-old boy. How old is this man here? This man is no less. How old is Oluwo of Iwo? Let me see. Oluwo of Iwo. How old is he? This guy is no less than 55, 62. But this is the whole king of a major town in Yoruba land. You know, that's to tell you that madness knows no age. He was born in 1967, exactly 58 years old. That's a full-blown old man, and he's still behaving that way. Me say I dislike seeing old men like this in scandals. Oh, Orisha are the deities. Yes, they are the many deities under the main deity Olodumare. Olodumare is God. Thank you. So Yoruba people have like some kind of hierarchy there. The Orishas are the Shango, Oya, Ogun, you know, but Olodumare is above all of them. That's the Igba. Okay, so Igbakeji Orisha. So Igbakeji Orisha is Ooni of Ife. He's actually second in command to the Orisha. But which Orisha? Anyway, sometimes they use Orisha interchangeably as Olodumare as well. So when we're talking, when somebody say, well, age doesn't determine maturity, this is what they mean sometimes. Sometimes, depending on the context, I will push back against it. I do think that anytime I see people try to discount experience, that's when I push back against it. Everything requires context. So depending on the context, sometimes I push back, but this is an example of age does not determine wisdom. In fact, position oftentimes does not determine position. In fact, if you have money, it does not determine wisdom or maturity, rather, you know. But let's just know that in all, if you want to live with a person inside of a marriage, you can go and marry a king. If they are mad, they are mad. Eventually, the lady ran away. I think she ran away too, you know. So it is what it is. Olodumare is God, not a deity. Thank you. Yeah, Yoruba land, deity, God. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jare. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. I think we have one more thing to cover here. Yeah, this has been a nice one. Shout out to all of you hanging out with me live. I want to keep this just us, my live session, just us. I don't want clickbaiting coming into the live session. All right, so anytime you see the generic, just make sure you come in. We're going to continue to cover our stories, and then we'll cover all the stuff. Okay. Fina said the woman want to buy you and you are still talking about her. Well, at this time now, the ego is expanded into disrespecting the Igbakiji Orisha, which is the Ooni of Ife. Ooni of Ife is the supreme traditional ruler of all Yoruba land. Every king must respect him. That's the way it was. Until you have somebody with coconut head who will question how things used to be. So, of course, you know, there's always somebody like that. In every level, every layer of life, you will see somebody like the Oluwo of Iwo. He's consistent, I'll tell you that much. And when people are concerned with their behavior, just borrow yourself brain. If you see it, you know, when people say, you saw the red flag, you know, no, you didn't see it. They were behaving like that to someone else, but you went there because you thought you were special. No, you're going to end up on the receiving end of it, inevitably. All right. Anyway, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.
Let's talk about Auntie Bimbo Akintola. I think this is the second time she's going to make it here. She was on a podcast, a second podcast, or popular podcast, I should say, in just a few weeks. And she's talking. She's giving advice. She said, men are in short supply. So I'm gonna read this. I just want to see your thoughts about this. I'm just curious to see what your thoughts are about it. I promise. I'm just curious. Okay. I don't think I have much opinion about this as a matter of fact. Okay. But so it says, veteran Nollywood actress Bimbo Akintola. She's about 50 something too. She might be around 55ish or so. She has stirred fresh debate about voicing her support for polygamy, describing it as both a cultural heritage and a realistic response to present day realities. Anyway, let me see if I want to see if I can find a video. While I'm looking for a video real quick on that, because it'd be nice to see a video. What do you think about that so far? Do you need more context? Abi, you already agree with that. Some of you already agree with that, right? Like this, there's no husbands. There's no husbands. So, you know, there's no husbands. There's no quality husband. There's no competent husbands. So, she's saying, consider polygamy. You know, you never know. Let's see. I don't see being. She said a couple of other things. The one I saw going viral is not the one that they're talking about right now. But let me see. Let me just finish reading that to you. Okay. So describing it as both cultural heritage, she's a support after voicing her support for polygamy, describing it as both a cultural heritage and a realistic response to present day realities. Speaking in a recent interview on Talk to Be, the 55-year-old star argued that polygamy has always been part of Yoruba tradition, recalling how many families in the past had 2 or more wives under one roof. My grandfather had 6. According to her, the practice should not be condemned, especially as there is now a shortage of men. Why? W-H-Y. The shortage of men. With the way the world is going, people should embrace polygamy. You say marriage is everything. So, if we don't have enough men, according to statistics, does that not mean 2 women to 1 man? She asked. By the way, there's no backing that there's less men anywhere in terms of statistics. I've looked it up. I don't see it. In fact, there's more men than women. But I have a, you have to look at data and statistics with context, right? So Bimbo Akintola recounted examples where women themselves encouraged their husband to take second wives. I know some women who would rather have a second wife. I even know someone who married a second wife for her husband so that she could have peace. Okay, she outsourced peace. She outsourced peace. Some people outsource Kiriwa to another woman. Say, hey, just take care of him as long as I'm still here and he's taking care of me, right? So hey, it's improvisation. They didn't have the same libido. There you go. His was higher than hers, so she thought, this man will kill me. Let me find support. And she married a wife for him, she explained. However, the actress did not dismiss monogamy entirely. See, the thing with that is that most men actually don't want polygamy. They don't want none of that. They look, if you go and suggest a second wife to your husband, your husband might look at you, are you crazy? Are you okay? He might think you're trying to kill him. Anyway, she said those who desire it must take responsibility by raising boys with the same discipline and principles expected of girls. Okay, so she's holding women accountable. Say, hey, what you like is what you like, but raise your boys properly, like the same principle expected of girls. All these men we are talking about who are polygamous and cheat. Newsflash: polygamy and cheating is not the same thing. Cheating is moral issues. Polygamy is not. All these boys are talking about who are polygamous and cheat were raised by someone, by a woman somewhere, she's saying. If you want a world of one man, one woman, no cheating, then raise your sons properly, she stated. She's talking with the lens of Niger, obviously here. Sometimes some of this conversation is just, I need to just stay out of it, Her remarks have since sparked conversations online, with many weighing in on whether polygamy should be embraced as tradition or questioned in the light of modern values. Okay, somebody said polygamy is highly powered by money, and men don't have that money. Men don't have that money. Now, for average men, then they just need to be with average women. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. I'll come to the chat in a second so we can round up together. Men, they just need to be with average women, and that means monogamy. However, if you have polygamy money, it will be a good move. If that is what a man wants, be that as it may, polygamy is more than money. There is a mental and emotional burden not all men and women possess to create successful union and family. That's a good point. Some good points there. Somebody said, according to research, men are in excess. Google is your friend. That's what I was just saying. People actually just say that out loud without actually researching how much men ratio to women. They just say oh, there's less men. But maybe there's less competent men that are ready for marriage. Maybe we can add that context to it. Men that are actually have the capacity, the emotional capacity to hold a family together. And for that, what I'm hearing on the social media, it's not a lot of men that have the emotional capacity to keep a household together. Okay, from that standpoint, maybe. Welcome. Well, according to statistics, we have more than men. Okay, so people have been doing Google finally for a long time. People just say it like brain fart. Anyway, there is a clause in the statement: rich men are in short supply. Wala. That's always been that way. Men are not in short supply. Women date up and men date down. That means the number of men available for many women to date, marry are few, and the number of women available for men to date, marry are many. It's like a pyramid. That's a good point. Polygamy is not for me, though, because I'll be a very wicked stepmother, because I'm already a wicked stepsister, really. Polygamy is no for me. I'd rather remain single. Okay, it's okay to be single. Not everyone will get married. Facts. Only if they will embrace it. Not by telling us on social media, but actually embrace it in real life. Point of correction: good men are in short supply because exactly. Men are not in short supply. Good men are. What the hell? What is a good man? A rich man? Make only her do polygamy, not me. She's not even married, and she doesn't care for marriage. Let me see here. There's a video here. Let me play this video. Let's play this video.
That their body is the temple of God, the same way you teach your daughters. Them know that their lives are over. As soon as you impregnate a girl, no more school for you, my dear. Go and work and raise your child. No more school for the girl for 9 months. No more school for you. I'm not saying that, oh, you should stay with the man that cheats. You should stay. No, but I'm just saying if he's a great guy, if he's doing his duties,
if he's a good guy,
you love him, he loves you, and he's just that he was raised to think that it's okay to spread his seed. You're okay with it. There's a definition of superwoman anywhere. My mom's picture should be next to the definition. If somebody says, oh, would your mother die for you? Yes. Nobody says them say. I know it. I'm 52. I was born 1973. Do you just marry because people say marry? Look at divorce ratings now in Nigeria. It's skyrocketing. Some people are married before they leave the reception if the marriage has broken up. It's crazy. See, for me not to have found
exactly Marriott,
the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, I don't see it as a negative. I've been proposed to many times and I've said no. There's a lot of bullying online. People are bothered by that name. What's Ashawo? What's the meaning of Ashawo? Somebody that collects money for services or collects payment for services. Payments.
Yes.
Is marriage not payment for services? The way life is, you can have children at 70. My dad is very traditional.
It's still traditional.
Yeah. But there are certain aspects like that we've let go of that I think should be brought back. Like, we had this thing that we did before our children got married. Investigation. See, hardworking. It doesn't have to be rich. Don't look for rich men, please. Grow with a man.
All right, everybody just want to talk about relationships. I think it makes sense. Okay, people are struggling. It's okay. Maya says she didn't say OKO. Which OKO are you talking about? This is Yoruba language. So can you spell out in English what you're talking about, Marriott? Toby and Try says she is from a polygamous home. What number of wives was her mom? Sometimes people emulate the ideas of their parents. They could either accept polygamy or abhor it. She's not accepting neither. She's not married at 50-something years old, and she's basically expressing that she's going to have a child without marriage. She doesn't care. Okay. Soft launch for her wife with number 3 position. I am usually sympathetic towards her, but madam, she just have an opinion, that's all. And she's saying, hey, consider what you want to consider. She's also waiting for her soulmate. I don't know if your soulmate can have multiple soulmates. Don't get me started with the soulmate word, actually. People who don't mind polygamy can take our advice. Yeah. Okay, husband. Okay. She's not saying husband. She's saying man. Okay. What's going on here? She is coming out of her shell. Make she create TikTok account and start talking. It's all good. Should women consider polygamy? I think polygamy is the same thing. The way I see polygamy. Let me round up with this and leave you guys so you guys can go and have the rest. I'm talking about me, but you too. Okay. The way I see polygamy is the same way I see long distance. Shout out to Bimbo Akintola, pretty as ever. She's getting older, but it's okay. That's good. That's a blessing to get older. The way I see polygamy is how I see long distance relationship. Should you do it or shouldn't do it? Should you consider it? Shouldn't consider it? The same answer goes for it, right? What was the other example we gave earlier today, right? Should you marry somebody who is 50 years older than you? The same answer. Okay. Hey, I can tell you to not do it or to not do it, or but it's a choice, but with choices come consequences, right? It's not a right and wrong thing. It's just additional layer of friction that you will have to find a way to mitigate. Okay. And there's nothing new about these layers of frictions. When you cross your street in Akure to Abeokuta to go and marry a person, that's already a layer of friction. They're going to come with a different set of culture. Some will say, don't use alligator pepper in our wedding. The other one will say, no, we want to use. When you cross one religion to another, that's another layer. When you cross from one continent to another, go and pick a wife from a village somewhere, that's another layer. Okay, there's no right and wrong. It's just additional layer of friction. You have to figure out how to navigate. But again, there's nothing new. Okay. I hope you know what you're doing, right? So if you say, hey, you want to do polygamy, there's nothing morally wrong with polygamy, but that's good. There's additional layers of problems, emotions that you have to deal with. Have you ever heard what they call orogun? rivalry between wives before. If you don't know what you are doing, you will die in the middle of it, gentlemen. Okay, a lot of Americans fantasize about polygamy because why not? Multiple wives, multiple couples in the house. Why not? I was like, yes, you're right. Why not? Go for it. Do you? Do you, boo? If you can carry it. Yeah. Somebody say, hey, marriage is not for everybody. Same thing. It's true. Okay, wọn kì í ní kọ́mọdé má dànù gbó. Wọn kì í ní kọ́mọdé má dẹ́tẹ̀ tó bá ti lè dànù gbó gbé. Right? They don't say a child should not have leprosy as long as you can live in the jungle by yourself. Yeah. But when it comes to marriage and relationship, there are principles that work. Go download the books. The books are now available for free again. Okay, we do promos. They're now available for free again. You can see the new video, right? So all you have to go is prestige.com and all you will see is the book. Go get the book, you download it for free. And if you like the options of Amazon and you like the options of Audible, audiobook as well from Audible, all of that is available right there. You don't have to opt in if you prefer the other options, but if you want the PDF, you enter your email, you get instant access to download it. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's hanging out with me. Mario, good to see you. Fina, good to see you. Misty, good to see you. I haven't seen Misty in a while. Good to see you, Misty. Uncle Beno, I see you. Toby and Tribe, good to see you. Toby and Tribe, I haven't seen in a while too. I do see you in the street though, once in a while. But good to see you here. Shout out to everybody. We will continue the coaching, okay? We'll continue the coaching. Anytime you see me doing coaching, we'll come here, we'll talk, we'll catch crews, we'll learn some lessons. And but just know, active listening. I can't say that more than enough. Take some time to listen before you start to dust in your relationship. It goes a long way. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you next one. Take care. God bless. Peace.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and #1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.